Did you just pick up Borderlands 3 thanks to some deals that are going on, or are you playing the free-to-play weekend that is happening at the time of this recording? Well, I got some great tips for the early part of the game that will help you a ton, like amazing legendaries you can already find, so the bosses and other encounters will be no issue anymore. I'm also giving the game away. I got 20 copies from 2K that you can easily win. I will share all the details in this video, so it would of course be awesome if you could leave a like on the video as it shows your support. And let's go. You likely know that Borderlands 3 has a rarity system, right? Like many other RPGs. Green over gray, we have blue above that, then purple, and then legendary. Before we touch on some early legendaries, I first want to note a nice secret chest that you can already get very early that contains some green weapons that will be better than the guns you start with. So totally open this chest. You can do it before you fight Shiv or after you killed him and met Lilith. Walk up the stairs here, close to the Shiv boss area, and then we want to go even higher. Go past the ammo crate, and then we want to go up the stairs again, and here you will find a pretty nice weapon crate that always seems to contain SMGs, but they will be pretty helpful. The legendaries will start dropping around level 7, so we want to level up first to get there, and that's really the thing in Borderlands. While it is of course a shooter, so your shooter skills like aiming for the head and taking cover will be important, but another major part of the game is your gear and the stats. Shooting with a level 1 gun against way higher enemies will simply not do a lot of damage. So even if these green SMGs get the job done right now against these skags, it will always be smart to look for new guns for your current level, so you always have the highest possible damage output. Of course, a blue or legendary weapon on a lower level might still be better than a higher level gray or green gun, but overall you will really notice the damage difference when shooting with a low level gun. So yes, the level of your character and leveling up in Borderlands 3 is very important. Sure, you can just follow the main story missions and then end up at Mouthpiece around level 4 or 5, but that will make the fight extremely challenging, and that's very unnecessary. So it's way smarter to grab some side missions before you encounter this first real boss. You run and drive past these locations for the side quest anyways, so why not shoot some extra bad guys and get some nice XP and rewards in return. A great early mission is the one from Marcus called Powerful Connections that you start at his broken vending machine, near the point where you start in the Droughts region. For this mission you have to fix the vending machine and collect 2 items from enemies that you have to kill anyways for the main story, so just accept it and then complete it when you got both spines, and then you get your first red chest and can already get some great loot. The first legendary you can obtain is close here, although it can help to get a vehicle first by just following the main story and meeting Ellie. Over here on the map you can find many target enemies, but actually one special target that you need to kill for Hammerlock. You will already get a ton of XP from killing the enemies, but also for completing this special challenge. So that will help you rise in levels for sure, and if you are lucky, you get this predatory landing SMG that literally shoots money. Okay, maybe not the best weapon early in the game when money still matters, but totally a fun one to have. No, you really want to save your money for the vending machines, where early in the game you can actually get some nice upgrades here, like for your shield and grenades. So totally check them when you pass by, so you always have the best possible gear equipped. And later when you get to Sanctuary you can actually buy ammo upgrades, so you can carry more ammo for your guns or simply carry more weapons around. And yes, that's very helpful because there will drop a ton of loot in Borderlands, so your inventory will be full in no time. Before we touch on more secrets and tips, let's go over that giveaway, because I'm giving the game away 20 times thanks to 2K for giving me the codes. All you need to do is follow the link in the pinned comment. Be sure you are a subscriber of the channel before you enter, and then I will reach out to 20 random winners via the email. The only issue is that for the PS4 we only have US codes. So if you play on PS4 in another region, then yeah, you sadly cannot win with this giveaway. While for the other platforms, Xbox and PC, it should not be an issue. The dump on Dump Truck 1 is another quest that you totally want to do for a very nice unique weapon. You get it near Alley from a wanted poster, and you have to take out a guy, shoot him in the ass, and then you get a nice red chest at the end, some XP, and this butt plug blue pistol that does more damage when you hit the enemy from behind. So totally test it out. You see gameplay of the weapon here against some Tinks and COV enemies that are guarding the Undertaker, another side boss that I totally suggest you kill for the Undertaker side mission. You encounter this quest on your way to the broadcast station from Mouthpiece, so you see it on a bounty board, and the Undertaker camp is actually next to where you need to go to for the Ascension Bluff region. So again, you pass it anyways. Why not take out this boss? And this Undertaker Tink can also drop multiple legendaries, by the way, but you have to be lucky. You see him drop greens here, but still some great XP, and it really takes a short time to take him out. Now we want to go to another boss though, that has a higher chance to drop one specific legendary item, and that's the best legendary you will find in the early parts of Pandora. So it's in the Ascension Bluff region. You want to go to the right, to the skull icon right here. And this enemy can be challenging because it's level 9, but I totally think it's doable if you have a fire, aka incendiary weapon. Those weapons namely do more damage to enemies with a red health bar, while shock weapons, for example, deal more damage to enemies with shields. So that's the blue bar above their health bar. But you will not really encounter these enemies in Pandora, so incendiary is really the way to go here. And the legendary drop from this creature happens to be an incendiary weapon. You first get an insane amount of XP from this challenge, almost 2000, and the weapon dropped on the first try, the Sketzel COV pistol. You will need to be level 8, but after doing most side missions and killing many enemies, you will be dead in no time, so you can use this amazing gun. And if a legendary doesn't drop, by the way, for the first time, that can totally happen, then you can first just quit to the main menu and then hit continue again. Now you will spawn close to the boss and can run there again and then retry until you get the drop. Also worth pointing out is that if you have the deluxe edition or the super deluxe edition of the game, that you can actually have an increased legendary drop chance until level 10 by equipping a special shield that you can find in your in-game mail by going to the social menu and then to your mail. And then it will show up as the booster pack and you can equip it from the moment you start your character. So totally do that because you also get extra XP. In the mail section you will also find special weapons from Hammerlock after killing these special creatures. So worth checking that too. And your friends can email you guns, or you can send guns to your friends. And also weapon manufacturers will send you items after you use their guns for a long time. And also important to note is that every manufacturer has their own specialty, like the Jacobs guns that you start with have bullets that fly to other enemies after you do a crit. Or the COV weapons overheat after you hold the trigger for too long, so you do not have to reload if you shoot wisely. But yeah, after clearing these special animals, maybe do them multiple times to finally get their legendary weapon, do some of the side missions, you also want to keep an eye out for the crew challenges, like a radio tower over here in the Ascension Bluff region. And you will also find dead claptraps all over the galaxy, and right here before the holy broadcast station over here on the map is already one that will give you a nice XP bonus if you interact with it. So yeah, it's totally smart to keep an eye out for those. But then we get to the first real challenge in the game, Mouthpiece, who starts at level 8, but you should totally be around that level or maybe get to level 8 during the fight. And then you can use this awesome Sketzel pistol that will just melt his health. It's pretty insane. Or maybe use other legendary weapons that you can get from the deluxe edition, although the Sketzel is way better. Either way, during the fight you want to keep an eye out for the glowing wires and speakers because this is where he will do his big AoE attack that will deal a ton of damage. So during his immune phase, you just want to keep an eye on the area and stay in the safe zone. Another really helpful tip is to play together. You can of course play Borderlands 3 with up to 3 players, and that will make these boss encounters way easier, because then the boss will have to focus on multiple characters instead of only you. And now if you drop down, you can get rest by other players, so that's also really helpful. You can of course also use the matchmaking option to play with random strangers if no friends are online, and then play through the game that way. It's way easier, and you will just see your own loot, so you will not have to share. Just like the other bosses I mentioned in this video, you can also farm Mouthpiece for some nice legendaries, like his own signature Mind Killer shotgun that is pretty good and sends out these pretty awesome waves. And after this, the game is just getting started, but totally try and use these tactics like doing the side content and the special bosses and try to get legendaries, so you will always stay around the power of the enemies that you encounter during the main story content. Totally subscribe for everything Borderlands 3, I will keep you up to date on all the news. Check out the giveaway in the pinned comment, like even if you already own the game, maybe you can give it to a friend if you win. And I got way more Borderlands 3 tips and tricks up, like for early legendaries that you totally want to get. You can watch that one by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of the golden chest opening that Dennis and I always like to do at the end of a Borderlands 3 video. Yes, Dennis, you already got the first legendary that is actually kind of
I actually
guaranteed,
have,
obtainable.
I have this one as well, which is also
Oh.
one you can farm for.
Oh wow.
And I also found, yeah, I got pretty lucky. I don't know if it has to do with like the shield. That should increase your loot drops. I also got this one. So yeah. I got
Oh
pretty
wow.
lucky.
Did you kill them once?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Both of those are just like the first try.
Of course.
Speaking of first tries,
Yeah, because that's another way to get legendaries actually. Ooh.
but
You
I
did
didn't
not.
get any. But still, like at this point in the game, all of these weapons are still very usable.
Yeah, for sure.
So I will quite happily take all of that. Oh, I actually don't have enough inventory
Oh.
space now because
Damn it.
I didn't upgrade anything. Upgrades are I can bank SDU. I can upgrade it twice. There you go. So now I should have more inventory space, and now I can go back and pick it all up again.
Okay, and now I will try it for the sake of it. Ah, no legendaries too. Sad,
Also just
sad.
purples.
Subscribe for way more Borderlands 3 coverage. We will also, of course, take a look at all the new content that released, the new Molly 1 takedown and stuff like that. So keep it locked for videos on that and way more. Like the video to support the channel, and totally check out our previous video on the new DLC that was announced will be coming out in December. So check it out. For now, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.